Welcome back to Geekaverse News, your go-to source for all things geeky, bringing you the most intriguing stories in science, tech, gaming, and entertainment. First on our lineup, are we heading towards a nightmare dystopia or an example of good social planning? We'll explore the world of artificial memory implants and how they might allow us to rethink incarceration. Next, we turn our gaze to the cosmos. A new academic study sheds light on the history of Jupiter's Great Red Spot. What secrets does this massive storm hold? And what can it teach us about our own planet's future? Finally, an unusual dodecahedron discovery in England gives us further insight into Roman Britain while posing intriguing new questions. Stay tuned, Geekaverse News starts now. If AI advancements, brain chip implants, drone warfare, and the modern arms race have taught us anything in recent years, it's that all those futuristic films we're watching for entertainment are starting to become closer and closer to reality. The world is moving in unpredictable directions, and many modern thinkers are offering their takes on where society might go next. Among them is the team behind Cognify, a new incarceration method with high, utopian hopes of revolutionizing the way prisoners serve their sentences. Helmed by Hashim Al-Ghali, a molecular biologist and science communicator from Yemen, this new method for incarceration involves hooking convicted prisoners up to machines and flooding their brains with artificial memories. In doing so, Cognify hopes to trick the brains of these prisoners into imagining that they've spent years in lockup, while also forcing them to relive and re-experience what their victims might have gone through. For anyone who has watched the futuristic dystopian series Black Mirror, Cognify's concept might sound eerily reminiscent of some of the show's darker moments. However, Al-Ghali has told media figures that Cognify might be able to reshape conviction methods and truly solve the problem of rehabilitating those who have been convicted of crimes. According to him, these artificial memories are created using fully customized AI-generated content. This content converts visual information into codes to deliver them directly to the brain and is stored in DNA and RNA, which are believed to be linked to memory formation. Al-Ghali has stressed that experiments with this technology have succeeded in animals previously. He told media outlets, "The science behind it already exists, but the ethical boundaries stand in the way of making it a reality." He added that the Cognify method was inspired by the limitations of the current criminal justice system and the crucial role vivid memories play in shaping behavior. The Cognify method stems from the fact that, as Al-Ghali highlights, prisons often fail at effective behavioral rehabilitation, as evidenced by high recidivism rates. When pushed further about the actual application of the Cognify method for convicts, including convicts who show signs of psychopathic behavior, Al-Ghali was guarded, saying that artificial memory implants could be combined with other therapy. He also lacked details when discussing when the technology might be implemented. He seemed to suggest that society is facing a chicken and egg scenario when it comes to testing out this technology, meaning there are ethical concerns about experimenting with Cognify's technology, but those concerns can't be alleviated without experimenting in the first place. Despite this, Al-Ghali is bullish on Cognify's potential. He said plainly that society won't be able to stop it, and added, "If we could overcome the ethical restrictions that limit testing such technology, we could have it ready in less than a decade from now." Readers/listeners might note that the phrase, "overcome the ethical restrictions," carries a lot of weight in that quote, especially considering the very real possibility that these corrective, false memory implants might make their way out of prisons and into other parts of society in the near future if those in power give the go-ahead. And that might really be closer to those dystopian futuristic films. All of this might still be a long way off, but Cognify has shown that the latest discussions around technology, techno-surveillance, neo-policing, and memory manipulation methods are already happening. So buckle up. As a civilization, we gain a deeper understanding of how our solar system works year by year. Technology and science are continuing to advance, leading to further space exploration, allowing us to map out what might be out there beyond our world. But part of that discovery involves rediscovery, as scientific studies seek to challenge what we already know and understand about our solar system. Now, a new academic study, titled "The Origin of Jupiter's Red Spot," poses new questions about one of Jupiter's most intriguing phenomena. For those who need a quick refresher on the Great Red Spot, it is a visible, circular spot on the planet Jupiter. It has a red hue, which is a result of various chemical reactions. The spot is known for being the largest known planetary vortex within the solar system. The spectacular nature of the Great Red Spot has led to much debate about how it came to be formed and what it means for our solar system's largest planet. This new study, written by Agustin Sanchez La Vega, draws upon historical observations of the spot to offer new views on the phenomena's longevity. As reported by Advancing Earth and Space Sciences, Agustin Sanchez La Vega, a planetary scientist at the University of the Basque County, said it is likely that the red spot currently being observed by scientists isn't the same one as the one famously observed by astronomer Giovanni Domenico Cassini in 1665. He explained, "From the measurements of sizes and movements, we deduce that it is highly unlikely that the current Great Red Spot was the permanent spot observed by Cassini." La Vega added, "The permanent spot probably disappeared sometime between the mid-18th and 19th centuries, in which case we can now say that the longevity of the red spot exceeds 190 years. So, why does the timeline of its spot on Jupiter matter to scientists? Well, the answer is partly historical, but it's also partly to do with learning more about Jupiter's atmosphere and physical properties. As we begin to seriously branch out beyond our own planet, astronomers are seeking to understand the mystery that is Jupiter, which is big, gaseous, and has a harsh atmosphere. It is hoped that, with further research, scientists might be able to determine whether the current Great Red Spot will reduce in size over time and what this means for the planet as a whole." And finally, how often do you think of the Roman Empire? Well, a group of amateur archaeologists from Lincolnshire in England have certainly been thinking about it a lot more recently, having unearthed one of the largest and most intact Roman dodecahedrons ever discovered. In June, the Norton Disney History and Archaeology group proudly displayed their finding of a 12-sided dodecahedron. The item is so rare that only 33 known objects have been found on the island of Britain, while there have only been 130 findings worldwide. Measuring about 8 centimeters, the dodecahedron is covered with 12 holes of varying sizes and looks closer to something you might stub your toe on while clearing away your kids' toys. And while it's likely that it wasn't made as a play toy, archaeologists, historians, and experts have all admitted that they don't actually know what these objects are for. Richard Parker, secretary of the Norton Disney History and Archaeology group, said that this discovery was completely unique. He also noted that this dodecahedron was undamaged, standing it in contrast to many other discoveries from archaeologists. He said, "Ours is absolutely in a fabulous condition. It's complete, undamaged, and it clearly was considered of great value by whoever made it and by those who used it. So, there must have been a very important reason for it to be deposited into the ground the way it was." Andrea Martin, the museum's exhibitions and interpretations manager, expressed delight at the dodecahedron's display, emphasizing its close proximity to the site of its discovery. She said, "It's a real pleasure to have the Norton Disney dodecahedron joining us, just a stone's throw from where it was found. To have the opening of the display coincide with the Lincoln Festival of History is a real coup. The discovery and display of this item will likely ignite the debate about what these dodecahedra were for. Due to the lack of similar items in Roman literature or political depictions in Roman artwork, experts remain in disagreement about the item's original function.
There is no record of what they were used for."
For his part, Richard Parker suggested that these figurines might have served as religious items, noting that they are often found near religious sites. If you'd like to see the dodecahedron, the 1700-year-old artifact is being showcased at the Lincoln Museum until early September. Well, that's a wrap for Geekaverse News. If you had a blast with this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and tap the notification bell so you're always in the loop. For even more geeky goodness, visit us at geekaversemagazine.com. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, keep it geeky.